What's up, guys? Welcome back to another freaking podcast.
Happy Friday, guys. I hope you're having an amazing Friday so far. I know we are because we're not in Colorado, baby. We're somewhere else. I mean, by this time you already know we are in California. Guys, for the rest of February, we're done being in Colorado. We're going to be in California. We're going to Arizona. And then we're going to be out and about just around the world. What's this side of the states called?
The U.S.?
The East Coast or the West Coast?
West Coast, Snoop Dogg, L.A.
Yeah, we're going to be out and about on the West Coast.
Baby. Yeah, guys. Very exciting things and very exciting podcasts we have. I feel like the last few podcasts and probably podcasts from now on are going to be a lot of advice ones from our email because I feel like we've neglected that email a long time now.
Yeah.
So this podcast will be more for the general audience, guys. I know we have focused a lot on marriages and babies, and I know maybe like 50-60% of you guys can't relate to that and are still here watching, so we thank you for that. But we're gonna touch on topics more for everyone, that a little bit of everyone can kind of dip their feet in and have a maybe experience,
Yeah, just in case we have new listeners too,
or younger ones
or younger listeners.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Before we get started, guys, I think little update, babe. Do you have anything that comes straight to your mind?
Well, there's a lot that comes straight to my mind, so I think you should do weather first, and then we can go into
the weather.
Yeah,
guys, Blanca is aferrada que haga el weather.
Everyone in the comments said that you have to keep doing it.
I have the worst memory, guys. I promised one of you guys I was gonna do your weather, and I forgot if I even screenshotted or the messages. So I'm sorry, but I know a lot of you guys have been asking for Chicago, so I'll go ahead and make it up with that. Shout out to Chicago, guys. You guys have been supporting a long time now, and we haven't gone to visit you. And I feel like a lot of people from Durango live in Chicago.
Yep.
So shout out to Chicago. I heard it's one of the most, during the summer, it's one of the most fun towns in the U.S. if you know the right people and the right places. So I think we should go to Chicago, babe.
I'm down. I heard
Spill
that,
the beans outside of the bean.
Imagine. I heard that in Chicago you can't even go out and about if you're not vaccinated. Like, you can't go into clubs and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can't go. Sorry.
Never mind. No.
Just kidding.
All right.
Wait, let me know if that's still a thing, because that was like a year ago.
Vaccine cards?
Yeah.
I'm sure LA was too. Remember we went to our restaurant?
Yeah, and then they stopped, huh?
Stopped.
Damn. Never mind.
All right. Friday, partially cloudy, 26 degrees, low of 18. Dang, it's going to be chilly right now. I mean, yeah, right now.
Where?
In Chicago.
Oh. Can you say LA? I need to know what the vibe is this weekend.
LA, Friday, cloudy, 68 degrees. I think that's perfect weather for a baby shower.
What about Thursday? What about yesterday? What was yesterday? Thursday.
Les voy a decir o no.
Ándale.
66 degrees, partially cloudy.
Mm.
Okay. And then we got our home sweet town, Denver, Colorado, Friday, 51 degrees. Friday, sunny, 51 degrees. 50 is perfect for us.
Yeah. Is that what it is today?
I feel like 50 is so freaking cold for other states, but it was 54 the other day, and I wanted to take the doors and top off the Jeep.
Oh, yeah. Today's a little bit colder.
Let's go with Dallas in honor of the Cowboys not making it to the Super Bowl. Just kidding. 51 degrees Friday as well. Dang, just exactly like Denver. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we'll end it with Phoenix, because I think we're going to be there soon. Cloudy, 70 degrees.
Damn, that's the hottest one so far.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot as hell.
Little cold front all over the country, but yeah.
Yeah, guys, we're going to be in California this weekend, and then Phoenix next weekend, and then Dallas the weekend after that. So
Dallas?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We have 3 trips in a row back to back, and Franco's only not joining us for one of them. So I'm excited. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all our friends. I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen our YouTube friends. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing them, but I don't like the travel portion of it anymore because of like the weight loss journey and everything. It really puts me back really bad. And events like this, like the Super Bowl parties, also push us back. Why do I keep saying us? You're freaking skinny. You push me back. But yeah, I appreciate all the sweet messages about losing weight. It really means a lot because obviously I see myself every day in the mirror and I don't see it. But the other day, Blanca was trying to hype me up and she pulled up like an old picture from a long time ago. And
Insert it here.
Jesus, no, hell no, guys, I have lost a little weight. So yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. Hey, I have a bone to pick because with the whole Instagram thing. Because if you go to Instagram, if you follow me, you've seen that I posted on my story that I've lost 19 pounds. And yeah, so go follow me. And then 2, ever since I've been losing weight and I've been on a weight loss journey, I've been losing followers on Instagram. And I was like, you know what? That's kind of fucked up. Like when you want to change your life and you try to be a better person. And obviously I try to motivate others. So I post like healthier things on my story and tips and tricks. I lose followers. But when I'm like gaining weight, partying, drinking every weekend, all that, I gain followers. So it's like people really want to see you lose low key, guys. So, or they don't want to see you win is better because I'm sure it does like piss people off. And that's why they've unfollowed me and be like, damn, this guy's like all about being healthy now. Like it's boring. So, if you're here in this podcast, I'm sure it's because you're a smarter individual. So go follow me on Instagram so we can hype each other up.
Period, babe.
Period.
Little rant vibes.
Little rant vibes, because I've never really like followed who's like, oh shit, like fuck this guy, he's too like he's trying to change his life. Let me unfollow him.
You think that's what they're thinking?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's correlated. Ever since I started being healthy, I've lost followers. Which I don't care really, honestly. Like Instagram is like, I do not care about followers. Blanca's the one has always pushed me, post more, get your followers up. Like it'll be good for like, obviously it's better for brands and our family in the long run. But I'm just like, I'm fine with like the same 5 people that like react to my things. Like I'm fine with it.
Maybe that's why, babe.
Yeah.
Because you're not passionate about it. So you're just like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm passionate about it. I love Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, you thrive in that, babe.
I thrive. I really do.
But with that also comes bad things. Like you get sad when maybe your views are up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Oh, I do have an update regarding my breastfeeding journey.
Okay.
Last podcast, I was a little down bad. I literally was about to break into tears because of how emotional and depressed I felt at the moment. And so that was on Friday. And I think on Tuesday, I went ahead and breastfed him again. And guys, he emptied out my boobs, right? He breastfed from both. Sorry if this is TMI, but he nursed from both. And then after that, ya no me salió nada. So like my milk supply pretty much tanked. Like it's done. There's no more. But now it's a little bit more frustrating because he's using it as a pacifier now. Mm-hmm. He literally will just be on my boob for 30 minutes. Chilling, he'll be doing backflips on it, like, and so now it's gonna be, I think, a little bit harder because now for sure he's not using it as a source of food or nutrition. He is simply just doing it for comfort. And so I bought a bottle of soy sauce, and that's gonna be my last resort because I was gonna take it off this week, right? I was gonna put soy sauce on yesterday, and then Jonathan's like, no, we have trips coming. We do have 2 trips coming, and during the plane, honestly, your boob is your best friend because if he's screaming, if whatever, I can literally just pop it out and he can suck on it. So we decided he will be done in March. I just keep pushing it. But yeah, guys, that's my update. My hormones are pretty much leveled again. It's not, I don't feel sad anymore. I'm not depressed. I'm neutral, I would say. Yeah. Right?
I think you just got to let nature do its thing, babe.
Yeah.
Like I was telling your mom yesterday that like I always compare ourselves to animals and people just like roll their eyes when I start talking about animals because I'm obsessed with them. But it's like true. Like we can learn a lot from like remember Chai wouldn't even get up to go to the bathroom because that's how much she loved her puppies and she wanted to be there. And towards the end, she would bite them to like leave her alone. Yeah. She hated them. She would hide from them. Same thing with like you when you wanted to take the boob away, you were like so sad and depressed and you were down bad. But then it gets to a point where he's just biting you, he's just playing with it, and your body like tell like, okay, nope, I'm buying mustard, I'm buying soy sauce, you're getting off my boob.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like we're not that much different from animals. So
We're not. And you're right. You should just let nature take its course. And the way I was telling my mom, I was like, there's no reason I should be taking it away from him. Like, I'm fine breastfeeding him. There's nothing except for like our work trips. But then, yeah, it comes to a point where he's almost a year and a month old. And I'm like, okay, you're donated for nutrition. He's a very good eater. He eats so freaking much all day that I'm fine just taking it away and having it back, because since I'm not producing more milk, my boobs have gone down probably like 10 cup sizes. They are so little now, but it feels so like freeing that I don't have big old jugs like carrying around, and I can wear my small sports bras, and during cardio at yoga, like they're not going crazy everywhere. So I'm thriving, honestly. So I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for these trips to be done so I can put soy sauce and mustard on it. Or who even knows? Like maybe he's going to be so tired que no le sale nada that he's just going to stop on his own.
I think they just learn on their own.
Yeah. But that's our update, guys. It's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, being parents is crazy, guys. But not to discourage anyone from having kids.
Yeah.
It's the way that I would describe, the way we tell our friends when we go over to the house. It's like, it's the hardest yet most rewarding thing in the world. So it's like the perfect balance. Like, I can't explain it. It's probably the thing that I can most compare it to is like when you don't want to go to the gym and it's like super hard and you're like tired, and then you end up having the best workout of your life. You leave the gym with like a flat tummy and the sweat, and you just burn a shit ton of calories and you feel good. Yeah. Like, that's what having a baby is. It's like super rough and hard, and then like the worst thing in the world sometimes.
And then they hug you.
And then they hug you and you're like, oh shit. Like,
or they smile, te hacen ojitos.
Yeah. So it's the hardest yet most rewarding thing.
Okay, there's something else I want to go into, because I think it was probably 2 podcasts after we had Franco, when we started filming them again. And I was like, or even before we had him, probably when we would talk about our life isn't going to change. Like, we're still going to party and do this. And although that's true, like we still party and go out and do stuff. It's so funny. I was editing my baile vlog yesterday, guys. Yeah. So we went, for Valentine's Day. There's always a dance the weekend before, the weekend of Valentine's Day, and it just so happened to be a Chihuahua Fest. We went. It was so freaking fun. We had the night of our freaking life, and I decided to vlog because that's like in my nature. I was like, La Peda el Sábado. I've done so many of these videos. I was so excited to get back to them that when I was editing it, the entire half of where we're out partying and like dancing and doing stuff, I was cringing the whole time, and I took out probably 90% of the vlog footage that I got from the baile itself. And although I was telling Jonathan, I was like, I love going out to parties. I love like posting on TikTok or Instagram, but I am not like willing to sit here and edit this while I'm visibly drunk with my friends having the time of my life. Like, I think I should just be able to enjoy that by myself or on Instagram stories that delete the day after. Yeah. But I was like, when I was editing, I was like, why in the world would I want anyone to see me in this state, you know? And I was telling Jonathan, I was like, everything just clicked. I was like, oh, for sure. Now, because I'm a mom, because there was a clip from when we were at the baile drunk, and then it cuts to me holding Franco the next day where I'm like down bad. And I just thought to myself, oh, this is what they talk about. It's not that your life changes, that you just decide not to show different parts of your life anymore. In a sense that I love going to bailes, that will never change. But I don't think I will. I think I'm honestly retiring my Pedal Sábado vlogs. Because I used to think, before I had Franco, I was so happy people see me drunk, taking 5 shots back to back. That was cool for me. But yesterday when I left 1 shot in, and I was like, nobody, like, yeah, ahí se quedó, you know. So I think I've entered my era of not posting when I'm drunk.
But it's also, I feel like it's also like maybe, so you still would drink and stuff? It's not like the consequence of like you're down bad, hungover, and you still have to take care of a baby?
No, it's not really that, because I had the time of my life. Oh, okay. Like that, no one can take that away from me.
So you would still do the same, just not record it?
Yes. Or okay. I wouldn't vlog it for YouTube anymore. Because I was thinking, I used to wake up the next day so excited to edit my Pedal Sábados. I would honestly like count down the seconds for me to edit. And when I was editing it yesterday, I was so miserable. I was not the vibes, you know? So definitely entered my retiring La Peda del Sábado vlogs era. And that might sound bad, but honestly, I just don't want people to see me like that on the internet, you know?
Wow.
It's because I don't know. I was physically cringing at myself.
But you just uploaded one like not too long ago.
When?
Didn't you?
When?
When was your last Peda del Sábado?
The last one was when we were in Tampa.
No, wasn't it with Beauty Bird? No, no, no.
No, because I didn't. Well, I
felt like a
uploaded
Peda del Sábado.
it was, but I wasn't drinking and I wasn't drunk.
Okay.
But this one I was fucked up, and it's not going. I mean, it's going on YouTube, but not 90% of it.
Yeah, I think that's the majority of like or not influencers, but just influencers because we get to see it. I mean, just moms in general because I am on like some close friends of like women influencers of our friends, and they like greens like close friends them like getting fucked up, and I'm sure it's because of that.
Yeah. It's yes, definitely. And as I said, I don't mind doing the Instagram where it deletes the next day or doing TikToks leading up to it and stuff. But editing myself being drunk at the baile, like in the moment when I was drunk, I was having the time of my life. But the next day or yesterday when I was editing, I was so shocked because I'm like, nobody's going to why would anybody want to put themselves out there like this? At myself, because now I feel like now that I'm a mom, because it was cringy for me seeing me go from being super drunk with my friends to wholesome holding Franco. And although you said it's a balance, babe, you should it's fine. I didn't like that for myself. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. I think La Pedra Sábado is retired for maybe for now since he's little. Maybe when he turns like 3, 4, I'm going to be a little bit better.
I mean, you're going to, when he goes to school and can get bullied for it.
True. I don't know. There's so much, but yeah. But you guys can still watch it. I mean, that vlog is still up on my channel. So if you wanna go see me being semi little tipsy vibes. But other than that, no mas.
No. Good for you, babe. You're changing, and
I know.
it's just part of life,
It is.
I stopped playing video games. You stopped recording yourself getting fucked up. We're just getting old, man.
I know. We're 25 this year. I don't even know what to think about it because, okay, most of the influencers I watch that are older, or the influencers that I've watched since I was 12, I would say. I think one of them turned 29 this year, and she's still like living her best life and stuff. So, not necessarily that we're getting old. It's just that the way that our life is going, since we already have a baby, it kind of, I don't know, it has matured.
No, I guess, yeah. Like, an age is just a number. Yeah. Like, it's more of your experiences.
It's the life.
Like, if we hadn't had Franco, this Peda del Sábado would have continued till.
Yeah, this would have been
until we had
vlog.
Him, Yeah. As, like, people that don't have kids, like, ustedes síganle,
Please. I live through freaking Peda del Sábado vlogs, I guess. That is what I can call them on YouTube and on TikTok. I love watching people get drunk and do all of that. And I would, as I said, I used to love posting myself that way because I was like, oh yeah, watch me take 10 shots back to back and I'm still fine, Yeah. But this time it was so cringy. I don't know. It didn't sit right with me this time. So I think they're retired for a little bit, guys. Just let me get back into my party era. Because right now it was like once in a blue moon, Mm-hmm. And maybe next year it'll be every weekend. You never know.
It doesn't have to be, baby. You don't have to force anything. They understand.
How do you feel, babe?
What?
Well, you weren't really drunk, were you?
No.
And the next day you weren't hungover?
No.
So you were fine?
Yeah.
Chilling?
For me, it's the whole dad thing. Like, I only probably get fucked up nowadays. Not fucked up. Nowadays I get like drunkish when we're out of state.
Yeah.
Because the whole dad thing, like I have really bad like anxiety and paranoia that I'll be in Denver getting drunk and I get a call from my suegra that something happened. It's like I can't drive home to him, And when I'm out of state, it's like no matter, even if it's an emergency, like I know that no matter, like I can't just teleport to him, I still have to get on a flight, find a flight or drive, So
yeah,
like I feel more at ease getting, drunk out of state than in state. So
yeah. Well, that's exciting, guys. You want to know something else exciting that I can talk about because this is going up on it's going up on Thursday, huh? The audio.
Yeah.
Should I tell them or no?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. You'll have to wait till
Maybe
next
give them the
podcast.
recap of it next week.
Okay, I'll let you guys know. But anyways, yeah. So this weekend we're going to California, babe. We're gonna be there for Stacy's baby shower. We're gonna go shower Stacy and Santiago Joel with love. We're so excited. And Denny. Sorry, Denny. Cut that out. Just kidding. But we're so excited to go. I love baby showers and I'm so excited. I think the thing that makes me the most excited about baby showers is shopping for them. So I'm so excited to get there and then on Friday go shopping for her registry, like pull up her registry and see what she wants and just shop for her and well for baby and then just party on Saturday. So today is Valentine's Day, guys. The day that we're filming this. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys had an amazing Valentine's Day. But I don't know. The thing about trips is the shopping for me. I love it because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, well now we have to go to the mall because I need a baby shower outfit. Franco needs a baby shower outfit, and I always see the days as like what we're gonna do. So I'm like, I could probably need a Sunday outfit too, you know. So that's why I love trips because I just love shopping. When are you gonna
do all this shopping, babe?
Tomorrow.
If we leave Thursday.
Tomorrow, hopefully. I don't think we have any work tomorrow, do we?
No.
Yeah, so we could go
my
shopping.
soccer game's really late.
Okay, so we have all day tomorrow to shop, laundry, pack. We're packing for Franco again. Okay, this is kind of nerve-wracking, don't you think?
What?
Because that we're taking him on a trip when in his toddler era, because in his baby era, piece of cake. Toddler era, screaming baby, like the top of his lungs in the middle of a restaurant, doesn't care who's watching, screamer. Yeah. So that's
I'm starting to enter my phase of like, because you know what, before we had Franco, you do like hear the baby crying in the airplane, and I can proudly say I was never the like the fucking baby was so annoying. Like I've always had little siblings, so I always understood like no, I was like like, you know, if it was a red eye flight, like kind of annoying, you know. But now I'm in my phase where I'm like, Franco, like it doesn't bother me for other people. Like I'm like, it's an airplane, bring your own fucking headphones if you're gonna bitch about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like that. I'll defend my son, but it's more for him. Like I want to like calm him down. So like the screaming in the plane, I'm scared for, not for other people, but like for him. Like I don't want him to like either get a bad experience with airplanes where he's like scared of them, or where he's just like screaming as like his like way of releasing like travel stress, because we all can get travel stress.
That's what I was thinking the other day, because I feel in my perspective, like when Franco's screaming, I'm just, you know, I'm letting him do his thing. But when I think about it, I'm like, okay, why is he screaming? Is he uncomfortable? Is he choking? Does he not like something?
And like my thing is like, I'm scared that everything's okay, and like it's just like him, like that's how he handles stress, because we want to set them up for success. And like when he's like 5, 6, like when we drop him off for school, he's just gonna start shrieking, you know.
So what I was reading into it, because it came to a point, guys, where I was like, this is a different baby, like this is not my son, because he went through a really, really rough phase, and it was the last 10 days of his leap were the roughest. And I kept reading, the leap literally said, he's experiencing separation anxiety again. It's like peaking right now, because the first time he had it was like 7 months, when he could like make sense that we could sit him down and walk away from him and leave him alone. So right now it's peaking again. He's probably going through a small sleep regression because he just turned 1. So with this sleep, he kind of entered the world of programs where he knows there's so many things, so many little steps that have to happen for something big to happen. So it does make sense. The way that they explain it is like, imagine you go to sleep one day and the next day you wake up and everything's different. Like nothing is the same. What are you going to do is you want to cling to your parents and just to your safe spot. And if they take you out of your comfort zone, you're going to scream, you know, because you're stressed. So I love the way that they explain that. But I'm like, okay, we know that. But the old couple sitting across this restaurant from us are probably having a nice little dinner. They don't know that. So they see a screaming baby like, oh, well, the parents aren't doing anything. The parents aren't, you know. So I think that's the most stressful. And it has been, I definitely think this leap number 10, or no, leap number 8 has been the hardest. So if in case you have babies and you don't know about leaps, go, because it's probably the answer to everything that your baby's
guys, okay, to wrap up the baby talk, I wanted to talk about this because I think it's super important. you have to do your research. I don't think it's enough to just pop out a kid and be like, oh, well, let's go day by day as it is. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's our first time being parents. Let's just go with the flow. Like, yeah, to some extent, like, you have to. Every baby is different, right? But I feel like having a baby is one of the most craziest life-changing experiences. Do your research. If you do a research before buying a car, do your research and inform yourself before you have a kid. And where is this rant going? It's going to, like, the other day, like, Marco came over, I made salmon, and we were eating, and you had left, and Franco was with me, and he started, like, screaming a lot from being impatient. And then, yeah, like, I helped him, and he calmed down, and then I told Marco, I was like, isn't it crazy, man? Like, he's going through a leap, and then Marco's like, what's that? And I explained to him, like, a leap and stuff, and he's like, I was like, Mexican parents, and I'm going to target Mexican parents because I'm Mexican, and I've gone through it. I'm not going to talk about other races, right? Mexican parents, like, when they hear a screaming baby, or like machista dads, like, cállese niño, like, ¿qué quiere? Like, no entiendo qué quiere, blah, 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 you know? Like, las mamás, like, ay, ya cállate, nomás lloras. And it's like, they've never gone through, like, the scientific research or probably ever heard of a leap. You know, does that make sense? So, like, if a kid, the way I explained it to Marco is like, it's like if Franco took shrooms one night and he woke up and, like, his life was completely different. Like, if he had taken shrooms and he just got enlightened by, like, his brain just grew an inch, you know what I mean? So then he's like, whoa, like, I was like, imagine you've never felt sadness and you wake up and all of a sudden you feel like sad and, like, anger and, like, happiness. He'd be like, yeah, I would probably screaming too, you know? I'd be like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, and there's parents, I can gladly say we did our research a little bit, with Leaps and the apps that are available now for free nowadays. But, like, a lot of parents will just have a kitty, yeah, like, go through the process, go through the crying, or let them cry it out, like, you know, the crying out method, without knowing there's, like, things called, I didn't know what a leap was. I've never heard of that. And then it's so accurate. Like, you're like, quedan 3 days. And sure enough, the 3 days is over. It's like, yeah, he'll scream here and there, but it's like it's like a 360, 180 turn. I'd be like, oh shit, like, he's more calm. Like, yeah, it's what the app says.
No, literally, the day that it was over, the next day he woke up and it was like, oh, he's back. Yeah. And I mean, he's not, he's still screaming and shrieking sometimes when he doesn't get what he wants or whatever. But before that, it was just the whole time. The whole day. You couldn't do anything.
Like, if you were, like, 0.1 second late on feeding him with the spoon, he would start screaming. So what I'm trying to get at is, like, it's not enough to just be like, oh, I'm a good dad, I don't hit my kids or scream at them. No, like, you have to actively go forward and try to be the best parent you can, because
I think it just try to understand everything.
It's such a big thing.
Yeah, because I've seen so many parents just want to either hit their kid or call them, oh, you're just such a crybaby, you're so this, you're so that. But it's like they're just brand new little beings in the world and they're going through everything for the first time. So you really have to be understanding, patient, most of all, and loving, because at the end of the day, they really do just need your love and your warmth and cuddles. Because there was a point where I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to go out to a restaurant again, because this was hard. And although it might get to that point, but I'm going to do that because I'd rather him be comfortable screaming in his house than we're out and getting, like, mean looks from other people, you know? Yeah. I don't want him to ever see that. So,
and yeah, like, guys, when they say, like, oh, your happiness is, like, now, like, your mom always says, like, I could be sad or whatever, but, like, if my kid is happy, like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So, like, the other day we went to eat here, like, at a local brunch place, guys, and there was, like, this little this white family, and the little girl was being so nice to Franco, and the mom was too, and the grandma, and they were all making faces at him while he was eating, and, like, Franco was playing with her, and, like, I that was so touching to me, especially because they were white, because usually, you know, I'm not going to say things or be stereotypical, but when there's a screaming baby, you know, who looks, you know? So then the fact that they were being so playful with Franco, and I was like, you know what, we're going to pay for the food. Yeah. And it was like 6 of them. It was a big table, and, like, we still did it. And, like, we didn't wait there to, like, wait for the reaction or anything. We paid the bill and dipped out. But I'm just, like, happy that they made my son's day, so, like, I'm going to make theirs. Or
and they made ours too, because while they were playing with him, he was so entertained that we ate our food in peace. Yeah. You know, that was crazy. Yeah. So we were so thankful, because it's, like, literally just an act of kindness. Mm-hmm. You know, all you have to do is smile or wave at a baby, and they're gonna get so happy. You know?
The little girl was literally, like, doing magic tricks to Franco with her fingers, like, where the thumb goes missing, magic trick, and he was, like, flabbergasted. So yeah, we really appreciate people like that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
that wraps
guys,
up our parent
that
talk,
wraps up
guys.
the parenting, because I know a lot of you guys don't have kids. You barely got a boyfriend, and you're like, fuck, like I love you guys, but you know, with the dog talk, like remember we would talk about Ozone Chai every week, and it's like, love you guys, but I don't have dogs, or like, you know, I don't really care. I'd be like, yeah, which at the end of the day, it's our audience, like our podcast, we get to talk about whatever we want, but we do like to take into consideration that we have really young people, and then we have obviously people with kids, and we have really like I was gonna say really old people, but not in like compared to like 16, 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like we got, you know, some 30-year-olds in here that have like like the other day I posted on my Instagram, I was like, Franco's acting like a 15-year-old kid, and then because he was being like sassy, and then a mom replied, she's like, just wait till they're really 15, like you're gonna like blah, blah. And I was like, damn, like that's cool that someone with a 15-year-old follows me and then is giving me advice, because I'll take all the advice I can, because you know, listen to your elders.
Kids are hard. But anyways, so as I said, it is Valentine's Day, guys. We're recording this on Valentine's Day, and I would love to know how your Valentine's went, because I remember being in school, Valentine's was so fun because you got Valentine's, or I remember
Little was the funnest.
Yeah, it was the best when you were little, because you would always for sure get a Valentine's. But I remember in high school, did they ever do this at Skyline, where you had like the sweethearts where you could go and buy
and then they would come to your
and
class
they would come and sing to you.
Oh, that was
Do you
so
remember that?
cool.
That was, I
yeah.
freaking loved that. Obviously, I don't think I ever got one,
never got
because
one.
I've never dated anyone in my school, but it was so cool. And I just loved it. Like Valentine's was so fun. And I think now that we have gotten older, it's cool to see, because I don't know, I feel like if it wasn't for social media, you would never expect for your 8-year husband to ask you to be his Valentine, right?
Yeah.
But since you have social media, you have all of these other women
Pressures.
telling you like, oh no, my husband, we've been married for 30 years and he still asks me and my 5 children to be his Valentine. You know, so I'm like, there's so many expectations out there for social media. And I know, because there's so many. Okay, I saw this TikTok of a guy. Well, it was the one that Adrian did. Did you say? I was like, me on my way to ask my 8-year-old girlfriend to be my Valentine. So then I saw this TikTok of this guy that did it. It was the same TikTok that Adrian had did, but he did it, and then you scrolled one down, and then it's his husband like, make DIY my wife's Valentine's Day gift, and then it was like this freaking plant lamp. It was so beautiful. So it's like, oh, you see like the both. Obviously the first one was a freaking joke, because it was just a trend going around, but everyone in the comments like, oh, it must be nice for your husband to still like ask you to be his Valentine's. It must be nice for this and that. And although yes, like I love seeing that, because I loved seeing all the be my Valentine's proposals, but it's like, you don't have to live through what people put on social media, you know, just because the influencer that you watch is asking his influencer wife to be his Valentine. You guys, to be
like, they gotta do it to pay the bills, guys.
Exactly.
I'm
like,
be honest with you.
To be 100% honest with you, some people just do it, and I'm saying some because I don't know a lot of people. I know just a couple, but it's like some people do it simply for the views, simply for the TikTok, simply, you know, it's like for content, and it's because it's entertaining to you. And that's what we've always stress. Do not go and live by the things that people put on social media, because they're honestly glamorizing their life, which you should. But if your boyfriend that you've been with for 7 years doesn't ask you to be his Valentine, it's kind of a given that you're his Valentine, you know, in a way, because you've never asked me to be your Valentine.
Yeah, well, first of all, because that's the Mexican in me, I didn't know you, like, see or no, like every Valentine's I've got, well, when we weren't broken up, like I, like today, like in the other, like I get you something the day of.
Yeah.
Until like today it clicked me. I was like, wait, I have to ask her?
Yeah, because what if I say no?
Wait, what? So that's what I was like, wait, like I saw that people were doing, I thought like the day of I ask you.
Oh.
Or
well, I think you can still do that. The day of, you can still go and ask someone to be your Valentine. Like that works. But I'm saying,
so it's like prom, like you ask someone to prom and then you go to prom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so.
So I just thought like the day of, I just give you flowers and that makes you my Valentine.
Yeah. Well, it could be, but I'm saying the way that social media has put it these last few years is you ask someone to be your Valentine, even though that they're your wife, you know, because the before, like when I was in high school, the act of asking someone to be your Valentine was someone that you were not dating, someone that you were kind of talking, kind of in the, you know, and then you ask them to be your Valentine, and then on Valentine's Day, you take them out on this beautiful date. So I'm saying that I was looking at a lot of comments on that TikTok saying, oh my God, my husband hasn't asked me to be his Valentine in the last 10 years. And then someone was like, well, does he get you something from? She's like, yeah, like he still gives me. Okay, you know. So people are like, wait, why? Just because he didn't ask you, you know. So what I was trying to get at is you don't have to be sad because your boyfriend didn't ask you to be. He could be probably be just as what
stupid.
is it? Not
Dumb.
stupid. No, but like you that you don't know, and I'm
Naive.
saying it more in the Hispanic culture because it's really I don't think any Hispanic couple in my high school ever got themselves the little hearts, you know, saying whatever, but they would always be walking around with their gifts on Valentine's Day, you know.
I'll ask you to be my Valentine if you tell me who San Valentin was.
I don't know who that is.
¿Verdad? No, pues no. Just
I better tell them. Who was it?
Era un santo.
Oh, okay. But yeah, guys, so I just wanted to touch on that because I saw so many TikToks today. With all
but it's
the,
also
the same
communication. Like if you were that gives me like student council girl vibes. Like I see, like, you know, if you were that girl in high school and you married a husband, a guy that's not so like, you know, what's that word I want to say? Like not cringy. No, not cringy. Like, you know when girls are like super loud and obnoxious, like Etsy. Is that
Itsy?
No. Like if you are like that, like so like it makes me cringe, but like that girl, you know, student council like girl vibes. And then your husband is just like a welder. Like you have to communicate like, hey babe, like in high school I love when I was asked to be
That's another thing that I was gonna say.
I know it's so stupid, but just for me, could you please ask me?
Honestly, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. If you want your husband to ask you to be his Valentine, make sure you communicate it, because these guys, Jonathan has said it a million times, like no se hacen, están, honestly. So if you want your husband to do something, so even for like your birthday and stuff, for you not to be let down and for you not to have a bad experience, you literally have to tell him maybe a week in advance. Be like, hey, I would love if you asked me. Hey.
Or throw some like good hints. Good hints.
Like, when are you gonna?
You picked up a pair of sneakers once. You probably go like, oh, these are nice. Put them down and expect me to get you that for Christmas.
Yeah.
No, you gotta like, if you want those pair of shoes, girls, be like, oh, these are really nice. Like, dang, I really want these.
Babe, don't even talk about that, because
I feel like girls throw clues
for
like
a whole
just
year.
Oh, these are
a whole freaking year.
And expect your husband to buy them.
I hinted at you that I wanted those 4 Archies, and you got me a fucking Michael Kors.
No.
But anyways, yeah, I just want to talk about that. Please let me know what you guys did for Valentine's Day. I don't think we're doing anything, are we? Are we doing anything for Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
What?
Sushi.
That's cool. But yeah, guys, let us know what you're doing. I can't believe it's been a year since last Valentine's Day when Franco was a little teeny 2-week-old baby.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you want to get into your little advice, honey?
Yeah, guys, I couldn't, as per usual, I couldn't find the screenshots or the DM. This one was a DM, but like I said, I was like, let's target more like the general audience, and I wanted to come on here and talk about anxiety and depression and how we deal with it, and how, you know, therapy for me has helped. You took a little bit of therapy.
Yeah.
How overall we just overcome it. And two, financial advice. That's a big one that we always get in the DMs, guys. Like, how do you guys break down not break down more like you care about us, but like you just want advice. Like, I want to do this and this. Like, how do I, you know? And so yeah, we're here to help you, not just with pregnancies and babies and cheating husbands. We're here to help you with all aspects of life.
Yeah. So get into it.
Okay, so first one I want to talk about is, what did I say first?
Anxiety and depression.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to go ahead and tell?
No, you can start.
Okay. So the thing with me, guys, is I have really bad anxiety. Well, I'm beating it right now. I think I'm kind of winning. But I've always been, I want to say that the main contributor to my toxicness, I can't talk today. Even with the Starbucks order in the morning, like I couldn't.
Oh, so you're
toxicity. Okay. My main contributor to my toxic was overthinking. It would always be overthinking. It'd be like, dang, I wonder what Blanca's doing right now. Oh, I bet she did this and this with this guy when they dated like 10 years ago, whatever. Like, it was always overthinking, guys, and always like, thinking about things I could, one, not change, or things that, two, aren't here yet, like really deep in the future. So
Mm-hmm.
what has helped me a lot is just take it a day at a time, guys. This involves everything in my life, to my relationship with my wife, to my kid, to now my diet. Like, obviously yesterday, I mean, was it yesterday?
Sunday.
Sunday, I ate like crap for the Super Bowl, but instead of being like, well, there goes, my whole diet in 3 months, because I would see, like, let's take the baile that we just had. I would, instead, the old me would be like, okay, I have 3 months to prep for el baile. And I would think I was so far, like 3 months. I have 3 months to get, look slimmer so I can look comfortable. But no, this time, what, a week before,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, this whole week, I'm going to do intermittent fasting and no carbs or whatever. And sure enough, I felt great for el baile. So now I take a day at a time, guys. If you messed up your diet one day and you ate like shit, don't like slap yourself so hard. Just start again in the morning. Or like with your relationship, if si ya fue, como dice, lo que no fue en tu año, que no te
No,
haga daño.
no te sé.
Like, well, okay, whatever. Blanca had boyfriends before me. Blanca did this and this before me, whatever. Okay, like, she didn't know me. It's not like she cheated on me. Whatever with those guys, like, now she's my wife. So what has helped me the most with anxiety has been stop overthinking and just take it a day at a time.
Mm-hmm. It's like how they say, if you can't change or control it, then don't think about it.
You don't give it time of
And
day,
that's why
guys.
people say that the happiest people are the people that live in the present, because they're not dwelling on the past. Everyone says that if you dwell on the past, it causes depression.
Mhm.
And if you are super focused in the future, it causes anxiety. So if you're living in the present, like Jonathan said, day by day, it's going to be more contributed to your happiness. You're going to be more thankful. And and another quote that I saw the other day is, if you're feeling down, you just like start naming things that you're grateful for, like my family, my health, whatever. Because then they say, everyone's like, imagine if tomorrow you only woke up with the things that you were grateful for today. How would you wake up? And
Mhm.
what if all day you spent thinking about, oh, well, I don't have this, I'm not doing this, I'm not here, I'm not there. And then the next day you wake up with nothing because you were not grateful that you had a house, a bed, a dinner on your table. And I think that, as Jonathan said, his toxic phase was because he was such an overthinker. And I'm so thankful that I've never really been an overthinker. I don't
Mhm.
really think, period.
You
Like,
don't.
I don't. I honestly, guys, like right now, Jonathan's probably thinking about, I don't know, 10,000 things.
Mhm.
And I'm literally just thinking about the next thing that I'm going to say on the podcast. So I think understanding is also a big thing, because back then I would just, when he was toxic to me, I'd be like, why? Like, I would, every time he said, well, I'm overthinking, I'd be like, why are you doing that? Just don't overthink. But I was never understanding in the, oh, he's probably, he has anxiety, he's overthinking. Like,
Yeah, and she's still not understanding.
yeah, I still am not, because thankfully, I don't know what that's like.
So I had to get help for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good job, babe.
Yeah, thanks,
Very
babe, for not being
self-aware.
there for my anxiety. But I got the help that I needed, because I was like, if I can't help myself, like, who will? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's my problem. But I just want to let you guys know that it is how you're built as a human. Like, some people are just more anxious than others. I still bite my nails, like, they're super short. The skin around my nails, like, it's bitten. But now I can gladly say it's not for reasons of, like, that were bad back then, like with my wife, with my school. As silly as it sounds, I was really stressed about school scholarships and all that. Now it's more like, oh shit, the Broncos are losing, like, let me bite my nails.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I can say that. But yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
like, I'm not, how they always say, like, oh, don't diminish your problems, like, how like, people have it worse, like in Africa or whatever. But, like, in a sense, it is good to, like, snap out of it and put yourself into reality.
Mhm.
Like, come on, like, como dicen, there's probably somewhere a little kid in the Middle East that just lost his family due to some bombings and doesn't know his next meal, that would love to trade problems with you. And it's not good. Okay, like, everyone has a reason to be sad. Like, I'm not trying to underlie or diminish your problems, but it is good to snap yourself back into reality and be like, okay, I live in the US. Things are kind of good for me.
Yeah.
I might be sad about this guy, this school project, even like this problem with my family, but I can still walk to that problem with my 2 feet.
Yeah. Or even like Jonathan said, all you have to do is kind of look at your problems in a different perspective. Instead of, oh, I'm so sad I don't have this, just like Jonathan said, put yourself in someone else's shoes that would love to be in your shoes. You know,
Mhm.
someone that would love to put themselves in your shoes. Because it does. And like Jonathan said too, get help, you know? Like I know it's kind of hard for the Hispanic community to be like, well, I want to go talk to someone about my problems. But it's like you already do that to people that don't understand you.
Fuck la comadre.
Exactly. Like
The
you're out there
neighbor, la
talking to the
vecina,
neighbor
your
and you're
mom.
telling them your problems and like me, Jonathan would be telling me his anxieties and stuff, and since I don't know what it's like to go through that, I obviously was like, well, just, you know, stop biting your nails. It's not that hard, you know? And that's what I mean. It's like you can't just go and talk about your problems to someone that doesn't understand you, that could judge you potentially and could use
Or
what you're
give you bad
saying
advice.
against you and give you bad advice. Actually go talk to someone that is going to listen to you, understand what you're going through, and then give you good advice, you know?
But because we know not everyone can afford therapy, and obviously it's a little on the expensive side, then just try to find like the most unbiased person you can. And I think that's why a lot of people vent
Yeah.
to coworkers, because
Yeah.
coworkers have probably never seen your boyfriend's face, have
Mhm.
never seen, but they're so invested and can give you like, if they're good people, an unbiased opinion, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But yeah, guys. And second, I think the next big thing that has helped me a lot is just break it day by day, but like also like in chunks. Like the biggest advice that I've gotten like from financial YouTubers and stuff, and like if you have a lot of debt, like my parents have also talked to me about this. Like if you have a lot of debt, like let's say you have a $50,000 student loan, a $10,000 credit card, and then a small little $500 whatever Kohl's credit card. It's like the best way to tackle all that debt is just start from the smallest and work your way up to the biggest, you know?
Mhm.
Like pay off that $500. Once you pay off that $500, you're going to feel like like a nice relief, like a sigh of relief of stress, and then you tackle the next 10 and one, then you tackle the big one, because I'm a person where if I have a lot of things on my plate, guys, I just won't do any of it. I'll be like, fuck no, like this is too much. I'll start tomorrow. I'll start Monday because Monday's the beginning of the week. So I just do one thing at a time. Like today, I had so many things. I was like, today I'm just gonna pay the tires and lift I got on the Jeep. That's it. Because I was like, if I don't do at one, I'm not gonna do nothing, you know? So I was like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm like, okay, now I feel good. Maybe I'll do another thing. Maybe, you know?
Yeah.
So just not everything. I'm not talking about that, guys. I'm talking about all the things in your life. Like if you have problems, like start off with the smallest one, you know? Maybe it's a school project you forgot to do, you left it to last minute, a college thing, and you're really stressed. Just tackle maybe the first paragraph of it, and then you'll get your juices, your mind going, and then tackle the next big thing. You know?
Mhm. That's really good advice. Now I'm like, okay, well, I have so many things to do. What can I start with now? Now I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know, you got me thinking.
Just
Babe, a
do the
little bit.
little one that maybe you'll fit, but then you got like going. You started your little engine, so
Because then you
now
start.
now maybe you'll do another thing, and if you don't, it's cool. And then tomorrow you'll do the second biggest thing that was on your list, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
One thing
that's
at a time.
one thing at a time, one day at a time.
Yep.
Tattoo on my back next. But yeah.
Jonathan 2020.
Oh, and another thing that applies to like weight loss, because at the end of the day, remember, like I said, I was a big picture type of guy. So I'd be like, I want to lose 50 pounds now, you know, and I would never do it.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, I lost 19. I'm at 195. I promised myself, or no, I'm letting myself, because I really want another tattoo, right? I want to finish my sleeve. I want to finish my leg, my chest, my back, whatever. And I was like, I'm not gonna give myself the satisfaction. I was like, of going and getting that tattoo without putting myself through something first. So what I have to do, I have to get down to 189.9, so under 190, to get another tattoo. And until I do that, I can't get another tattoo. So give yourself like these little, like, you know, milestones. Like if you're trying to lose 50 pounds because you're really overweight, don't like, oh, when I'm 50 pounds, I can finally eat this donut. Like, no, like give yourself like maybe the first 5 pounds, go out for a drink. The next 10 pounds, you know, celebrate with a little bag of chips, you know, like, or something big. Like if you really want this car and you can afford it and you can do it, don't buy yourself that car if you don't feel good looking overweight, if you feel unhealthy. You can only buy that car until you're under this certain weight. You know what I mean? So give yourself goals and things, and trust me, it's really motivating.
Yeah, I guess something else that you could do is don't be afraid to start over,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember when you would do like your quick diets back then, you would eat one cookie and then you'd be like, fuck, everything's to shit. Let's go to B-Dubs and, you know,
Yeah.
like grub. And now Oh, what were you got something and you're like, I'm just gonna get a little bit of this because oh no. Yeah, it was the pretzel. Remember you
Yeah.
wanted a pretzel and you're like, well, let's just get one and split it in half. He's like, because at least I'll have it and not on Friday I'm gonna want to get 10 pretzels because I didn't have that one
Yeah.
half on Tuesday, you know?
Mhm.
So you really like don't be afraid to start over. If one day you probably ate a really bad shitty meal, one day you probably were mean to your little sister, one day you and your boyfriend had a really bad fight and maybe it was your fault, the next day just start over, honestly. Like, and you don't have to be like, oh well, I'll just start over on Monday, I'll just start over next. No, like just start over the next day. It doesn't have to be Monday for you to start over. And you know, you guys know how there's like a lot of New Year's resolutions, New Year's reset, whatever. It doesn't have to be the new year for you
No.
to have a new resolution, a new reset, a new nothing. Like you can just start the next day because first of all, time is what is it made up or what were you talking about the other day?
Yeah, weeks and days are made up.
Everything's made up. So just start over the next time that the sun rises.
Guys, everyone thinks I started January 1st, my weight loss journey like everyone does the first of the year. I started the 23rd of December. So right before, in the middle of the holidays, I think the next day your mom made tamales.
Mhm.
And then the next day it was pozole verde
It
with
was
and I
back to back.
still remained clean throughout. I think I did binge on tamales, but the next morning, I think it was Christmas Eve, I went to the gym and I burned it all off. So
Mhm.
like it does, you can start in these little awkward dates, like oh shit,
Yes.
we'll have a graduation next month and in the way. No, start now. Like you don't have to wait till the beginning of the year of this.
Yeah. Just don't be afraid to start over and don't I think another thing that could really help is following people that motivate you because
That's a huge one.
as soon as you started following all these guys or watching that
I
freaking
can't stress that
show,
enough, guys. And it's hard to explain. Like, how do you explain? I've told my dad this. I was like, you need to find someone like on YouTube is the best tool to that you like look up to. And it's like, it's weird to explain like how like someone you look up to and that you enjoy their content that you will binge watch all their videos while you do cardio.
yes.
Yeah. Or if you
Or
already binge something like the Kardashians, be like, I'm not watching the Kardashians unless it's on a
Mhm.
treadmill. It's
Put
easy as that.
pick a show. That's how I was when I started going to the gym and doing cardio. There's a really good show, Firefly Lane and The Watcher. The Watcher was my cardio show. I would come home and be like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen on next? Like sometimes I would go, I would stop cardio, finish it in the middle of an episode, and I would be so freaking pumped to go to the gym the next day to do 12 through 30 so I can finish my show. So literally pick a show, pick a YouTube video, pick a YouTuber that you can only watch when you're doing cardio.
Yeah.
And cardio doesn't have to be you sprinting. It honestly
No, just walking.
walk on an incline for 40 minutes. That's it. Because if you get 10,000 steps a day, you're going to be a lean queen machine.
Yeah, guys. And ladies, I have some homework for you. I know you just came out and you are going crazy over it. So you cannot watch you unless you're on a treadmill.
Yes. Ya les digo
It's
yo.
that easy. Like you don't have to do this crazy like 12 incline, 30 without holding. No, like hold on to it,
Dude,
Put on your
7
show or get on
incline.
the elliptical and just move
Yeah.
your feet. That's
Another thing that you can do because, and this is more regarding like weight loss, but honestly, with being active and like working out comes happiness, I would say, because
yeah.
my mom started walking in the mornings and she's thriving, queen, So if you are active, whether you're walking, whatever your active is during the day, you're gonna be happier. You're gonna have a clear mind. You're gonna be able to be tired enough to go to sleep early to get those 8 hours of sleep in. So that's why I'm saying this, because I loved weightlifting, guys. Before Franco came into the picture, I loved lifting weights. I loved feeling strong. I loved, I want to squat 45s, whatever. And now I was always telling Jonathan, I was like, I don't want to go from holding Franco all the time and like he's always on my hip, me always having to carry him, and then going to the gym and then willingly and willingly lifting heavy weights. Like that's not my passion anymore. I'd rather just lift my heavy weight at home all the time. So my motivation for going to work out now is workout classes, and whatever that may be: Pilates, yoga, Zumba. What's another one? There's like There's F45. There's what's the
Dancing or
CrossFit,
the bike
dancing,
cycling.
or cycling. Find something that you love like that and just go. Because if you have a scheduled time frame where you can only get this class in during the day,
And you pay for it.
and you paid for it because it's expensive, but like my friend on Instagram was saying, you have to invest in yourself. Like honestly, yoga is, how much did I tell you? $121 a month.
A month.
But that's for unlimited classes, so that's an investment that I'm making for myself. But because I'm paying that money a month, I'm gonna try to get in every single day.
That's how much someone would spend on Starbucks a month or a
Yeah.
month and a half. So don't tell me like I don't have the money. Like you're investing in yourself.
Yeah. And don't even, like, there's so many Groupons too.
Oh,
Like
hell
if
yeah.
you go on Groupon, there are so many Groupons you can get for
We
these
got like
classes.
14 classes for $40.
Yeah, we got 14 classes for $40, and then we had like, for a cycle bar that just opened, we had 4 free passes. And then guys, if you sign up for the text messages, girl, they text you and they're like, hey, do you want to come in for a class for $10? Hey, do you want to come in for a free class? You know, so just sign up for these text messages, sign up for these classes. And there's so many Groupons, and then there's so many like first time offers too. Like if you're a first new student for ever going, they're gonna give you 10 classes for $20.
And you're gonna meet like good type of friends.
Yes.
Because if you meet another girl there and you kick it off and you start talking, it's because she's trying to change her life too, and that's the type of friend you want in your life.
And now you're gonna be excited to go.
Whether you go to
because
like
your
a
friend's gonna be
bar
there.
and you might be like, "Oh my god, girl, I love your shoes," but it's just two girls at a bar, you know, drinking, making bad decisions. So,
Yeah.
which friend do you want, really?
I mean, you have both, but at least have one,
Oh,
one
yeah,
that motivates you to be active. Yeah. I think that has been the biggest shift I've seen in Jonathan so far, is that he's watching more like YouTubers that have the lifestyle that he wants, and then he's working out more. So then I literally told you the other day, I was like, "Oh, like you are acting like yourself more." You know, I think I lost you there for a bit. For sure.
You let me lose myself, which I'm kind of mad at you
I
about.
did not let you lose yourself, babe.
No, but yeah, guys, it's so funny the other day because I have two main YouTubers that I watch. One is Nick Bear, and the other one's Cody Trains. And a lot of you guys might know Cody more. He's like super big on YouTube, like Cody Co. That's him. But he has like a training channel. And the other day yesterday he uploads on Mondays. He uploaded a 11-minute video. And for the first, I was literally about to swipe up and like send him like a funny message, like hopefully he would see it. I was gonna be like 11 minutes, really? Like not even half my cardio or something funny, like you couldn't make it any shorter, or you know, something funny like that, because he's like a funny guy. But it's like, wow, like when people message us about like really just a 7-minute video, I was like, wow, like that made me feel really good, that like privileged that people genuinely get upset when we upload a short video because they want more of us, or because of their cardio. And I was like, wow, I felt that for the first time. I was like, Cody's videos are my favorite during cardio, and it's like 11 minutes, bro, really? Like, come on. So like it really, like, you cling on to other people and you use their motivation as your own, and then soon enough you're gonna be motivating other people. So yeah, I don't want to sit here either and be like, I lost 19 pounds, I'm all of a sudden a fitness guru or health. No, like I'm still learning a lot, guys. But all I can say, a lot of people, you're gonna hear a lot of different things, and at the end of the day, guys, it's super simple. The act of not doing it is hard, right? Like eating less, but the formula is simple. You just gotta eat less than what you burn. So unfortunately, if you have an office job and you just sit all day, you gotta eat way less, because you're only gonna burn less calories. And that's why if you wanna eat less, and you're like, Jonathan, I'm the type of person that I need to eat more and more. Okay, then burn more. Go to the gym twice a day instead of just one. Walk your dogs even longer, or run
or have
with them.
2 workouts, because it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to the gym. It means just be active more during the day. If you already went to do your workout for 30 minutes, okay, now take your dog on a 30-minute walk. Take your mom on a 30-minute walk. You go on a 30-minute walk and listen to a podcast, you know?
Because it's crazy, guys. Like, I'll walk the dogs for like, the other day I timed it as like 30 minutes. Not really walking, like I let them go and then they run and I tire them out with like chasing them and stuff. But I burned like in those 30 minutes like 100 calories, 150, because I wasn't really like going hard, just strolling. And I come back and I make myself a sandwich, or it was a breakfast sandwich, and just the little bit that I put of mayonnaise was what I burned on that walk. So it's unfair, guys, really. Losing weight is one of the hardest things, and it's super unfair nowadays because everything is processed and shitty quality. But I just wanted you to, like, because I used to think that sauces weren't a thing. Like, oh yeah, I can put ketchup, I can put buffalo sauce, I can put like that. I'm not gonna count that on my Fitness Pal app. But no, like my whole walk and effort that I did that morning
Is the
all went
sauce.
away by the mayonnaise in just my sandwich. So it really puts it all into perspective, guys. The two things I use most nowadays. I'm sorry for going into a big rant about health. I don't want you guys to tune off like you all my Instagram followers do. But two things you need is an Apple Watch and MyFitnessPal to track what you eat. And it's
Honestly, having an Apple Watch or just a watch that counts the calories that you burned throughout the day is game changer. Because if I forget my Apple Watch at home, I'm not going to yoga, girl.
yeah. And
Because
it's
then
fun.
yeah, it is so fun. Like I love seeing, okay, can today I burn more calories than yesterday, even though I'm doing the same workout? There's so many fun things that you can do to make working out fun. And I know the hardest part of losing weight in a sense is eating. The way that Jonathan and I have noticed that has changed so much is that we rarely shop in the aisles now. We
Yeah.
shop just on the surroundings of the store, which is what they say is where the whole foods, good foods are, and not the processed ones. So it's so crazy when we go grocery shopping now. We literally don't go in the aisles. We just have to go through the whole
We have to walk way more
yeah. And isn't that
to the
crazy?
vegetables,
They make it
chicken,
so
salmon,
hard.
meat, milk, eggs, and we're diapers, and we're back in the pain.
Yeah.
We never go in between. Only for what, like oatmeal sometimes.
Yeah, and pasta, but it makes it like people literally, no, the whole US is against us,
Yeah.
against people that want to be healthier. Because like they say McDonald's is cheap as heck. And then like remember our mad green salads were like
Yeah.
$15-16
Yeah.
each. So yeah, guys, you just have to, it's like Jonathan said, it's a simple formula because at the end of the day, if you're investing in yourself in the way that you're being active, you're eating good, all of that is going to contribute so much to your mental health. You do not know how good you feel at night. I know you at night when you're going to sleep and you've had a really healthy meal, I mean, a really healthy food intake throughout the whole day and you had two workouts, you're like thriving
Yeah.
to go to sleep and then to do it again the next day, you know?
But yeah, guys, it's really important to know what you're putting into your body because, like I said, like yesterday I got shocked because the other day I was like, you know what? Like, why is beat ups so bad? Every time I eat beat ups, the next day, it's hard for me to poop. I like gain a lot of weight, but it's like it's chicken, it's protein. Like, why is Buffalo Wild Wings so bad? And I bought the bottles right to like dip like my salmon or whatever, my chicken, my breakfast, whatever. In the morning, I put a little bit of buffalo sauce, and I used my app to scan it, and it said like, hold up, this food is really high in sodium. And sure enough, the recommended amount for sodium intake, guys, a day, if you guys don't know what sodium is, it's kind of like salt along those lines to make it short and simple. You should be taking in 2,300 milligrams of sodium. Just a tablespoon of Buffalo Wild Wing sauce, medium, is 1,080. Just a tablespoon. So now imagine how much 10 wings smothered in it comes in. Like you're taking in the sodium intake of a whole week in just 10 wings. Isn't that crazy? And then you wake up saying like, why do I feel like shit?
And
Why am I
sometimes you
bloated?
would
Why?
still ask for a side of sauce because they're not wet enough.
They're not wet enough. So it's like, why do I feel like shit? Why am I bloated? Why can't I poop today? I don't know. Maybe because you just took in a whole month's worth of sodium in one day or one sitting. That's just one meal. I wonder what you ate for breakfast. I wonder if you put salt on your eggs. If you put, so like not to go in like, oh, I'm such a fitness. No, it's to like you gotta really know what you're putting in your body, guys. If you have a diesel truck and you start pumping gas into it, it's gonna start breaking down and feeling shitty. You know what I mean? So just get the guys. Nowadays it's so easy with the internet. There's apps for everything. There's apps for your period to track to not get pregnant. There's apps for babies for their leaps when they're frustrated. There's apps for that count your calories for you, and you know what I mean.
There's apps that give you workouts.
Yeah.
There's so many. There's something for everybody. And like we always say, YouTube is free, girl. Like honestly, just follow people you love. Go. Every single fitness guru has meal ideas, workout ideas. You literally, there's like 20-minute Pilates workout that you could do at home, and that's gonna make you like lose weight. You know. So YouTube is your best friend. It is free, and it's gonna be good for you. Even my Fitness Pal is free too, right?
Yeah.
Even
It's
that's
free.
free.
Yuka is a really good one, guys. I got it. Shout out to Eldon. I got it from him. It's an app that basically you like, it has a little camera and you scan it and it gives you like from 1 to 100 how good it is, and it'll be like red, orange, or green if it's good, medium, or bad. And I just like, like you think the baked chips that are like 50% less fat are like good for you just because they're 50% less fat, but they have way more calories and way more sodium. So like, don't fall for that shit. And I know we're going into this rant and whatever. You're over here falling asleep, but
Yeah, I got the sleepies.
no, yeah, we always get that after breakfast. But
Yeah. And
yeah,
tell
guys.
them, babe, tell them. That's a
What?
good thing. Because remember, before we had Franco, guys, oof, we would go out to breakfast almost every single day.
Uh-huh.
And we would go to the same place. And we would always get the sleepies. That's what we call them. Like, you get so tired that we would have breakfast and then go home and nap. You
Yeah.
know, that was our day-to-day life. And I'm like, damn, like, you really don't know, because these portions that they give us at Le Peep, girl, that's a huge portion. That's for
Yeah.
2 people basically. So the fact that after you eat this whole big meal that was delicious, you go home and sleep. You know, it's like, that's suspicious, because when we eat breakfast at home,
We don't.
we go to the gym right after,
Yeah, I
and
feel good.
we're living our best life. So you have to be super, super, ¿cómo se dice?
Yeah.
Intuitive about what you're eating, like literally intuitively eat, because if you're going out to restaurants, even though you can have that luxury at least once a week, but if you're doing it like we were doing it every single day, that is another reason why we're sad, mad, depressed, and fat. you know So you just have to be super intentional about everything that you do in life.
It sucks. It's literally not fair, especially here in the US. Like, I know it's gonna, and you just gotta suck it up, guys. You gotta suck it up and be like, we were dealt the shitty hand in terms of food. Like, because did you know that there's some ingredients in our food here in the US that are illegal in Europe and China and stuff like that? Like preservatives, syrups, stuff like that, gels. So it really goes into show that like the US is run more like a business, where like the more sick people they have, the more they make in the hospital. Whereas Europe, since healthcare is free and whatnot,
They don't want you to be
they
sick.
don't want you to be sick, because then they have to spend money on you.
You know
So
what
it's
I saw the
reversed.
other day, babe? That the brands like Gerber and like a bunch of little baby brands have been linked to causing autism.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy,
I
right?
know.
So it's like literally what you put in, and like the whole thing going on about red dye and stuff, like how you're not supposed to feed red dye to babies or little kids because it can hurt them in the long run. So you just have to be super, super like aware of what you're putting in your body, because that's literally your lifeline. And or it's either that, put in all the work, or go spend $14,000 in Tijuana and get a BBL, tummy tuck, lipo 360.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, it would be nice if I could just go have a BBL. Thank God I don't have papers yet. Because I would have probably been in Tijuana yesterday getting a BBL. Same. But yeah, now we have to work for it, guys. And like I said, this year, it's for me, I used to be the big, juicy, hunky booty girl with these big, juicy arms. And now I just want to be a skinny queen, honestly. That's it. That's all I want. I just want to be skinny in a sense that I have good, ¿cómo se dice? Endurance. And I don't get out of breath going up the stairs. Yeah. That's my goal this year, guys. Let us know. Yeah, let us know what your goals are, because I'm excited for Franco to start running and playing around, but it's like I have to be in good shape for that, because I don't want him to just be like, Mom, run with me, and I'm over here just laying down, So do it for you, do it for future you, do it for your future kids,
Damn, babe, we're an hour and 8 minutes in, and we did not talk about financial advice.
That could be the next podcast.
Yeah, I think that we'll start off the next podcast with that, guys. Sorry. But we're just kind of excited.
Yeah. Is this a recording? All right, guys. Without further ado, that was it for today's podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to let us know how your Valentine's Day went, and also let us know, what journey you're on. We would love to know. Anything else you want to say, babe?
No, that's it. Make sure you go follow the Spill the Beans Instagram. That's where we do giveaways. Remember that we're on Spotify, guys. I got a lot of DMs on the Spill the Beans. It's like, where's the podcast this week? We didn't get a podcast because you were just expecting YouTube. But it's also on Spotify, so don't miss out, okay?
Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next Friday.
Love you. Bye.